Despondency is a thing, eh? When one has been in or on the battlefield for the amount of years that I've been on the battlefield, it's very difficult to at sometimes not become despondent about the lack of impact that your efforts have been made. You know, we just this weekend, may rest in peace, saw that an action hero passed away in the form of Chuck Norris. And what draws us to these types of movies with these action heroes is that these guys go out and they get the job done in the movies, you know. And 9 times out of 10, if not 99 times out of 100 times, the bad guys get what's coming to them. I don't think there's any person here that hasn't watched a revenge movie where someone has been harmed or slighted in a critical manner and a hero comes on the scene and solves the problem. And we all want to be heroes, I think. You know, we all want to be the guy that saves the damsel in distress. Now, in South Africa, we have a damsel in distress in the country of South Africa. And there's a couple of us that are attempting to be heroes, to try and bring some kind of order and positivity and health, and to bring some kind of revenge for the damage that has been done to our country by people who are intrinsically just evil people, because you cannot do what you're doing to people and not be evil. The things that we see in South Africa today, you cannot see it, and you know, you can't but see it, sorry. And you know, what fascinates me, what really put a cherry on the cake for me, well, there were a couple of things, but one of the things was watching the amount of people that pitched up to this ANC march on Saturday. You know, for the life of me, cannot comprehend from any point of rationality, common sense, or logic what would drive people to attend that meeting, even if they were given a t-shirt and a grocery packet full of groceries, you know, to attend. I mean, in my darkest days when I was on the streets, right, and I had nothing, knowing what I know now, if I were in that position again now and someone offered me that to attend a rally and I was morally opposed to that rally, I wouldn't go, which then, you know, bothers me, because it tells me that there's thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands, perhaps millions of people that are not morally opposed to what they see happening in their own country. It's, for me, a frightening prospect, that. Really, a frightening prospect. And that's them. But, you know, I want to speak to the rest of you who don't buy into that whole narrative, you know. And I'm going to bring up one of the oldest cliches we keep hearing in South Africa. It has to do with the quote of Edmund Burke. And Edmund Burke said this. He said, "All that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing." And this is what I'm seeing. You know, we are busy as the HDSRF trying to bring accountability to the department that is responsible for the social welfare of the entire country, that has an unbelievable budget, and who are spending that budget willy-nilly, and no one is even casting an eye in that direction. And we are trying to rally people to have a closer look at what is going on there. So we found an inroad through the argument that is developing between the Central Drug Authority and the Department of Social Development. Now, you must understand, I've got no issue with the employees of the Department of Social Development. I've got no issue with the individuals that come here and visit us and inspect us. In fact, I welcome them because it gives me credibility that they come here, they see what we're doing, they've got opportunity to speak to the people here. And, you know, it's transparent. Everything is transparent. That's not our argument. Our argument raises far higher above that, where there's massive problems in the structures, right? And that's just one of the problems facing South Africa. So we then issue a media statement. We send letters to thousands of people, well, not thousands, I'm lying, to a number of people to try and address these certain things, to have a look at these certain things. I speak to you guys. I've got almost 20,000 followers on my Facebook page, just my Facebook page. On TikTok, I've got 8,700 and something. You know, YouTube, on my two platforms there, I've got over 2,000 subscribers on the two separate platforms that I run there, right? Of which I'm going to close the bigger one down so that I can put everything I do just on one channel. But be that as it may, with all these people that watch me, with all the people that tell me that we're doing a great thing and we're getting zero, literally zero support in our actions. But at the same time, what I see with South Africans is that you guys don't support people. You just sit in the background and gossip about what is going on. You know, the reason we are in a critical state in South Africa, okay, let me tell you so that you know, is because the entire government system is a cabal. And they feed off each other while feeding off us. So they create issues amongst each other so that we get worried and caught up in fear, and then we pick sides. And then through the sides that we pick, they are then able to fund themselves and continue in their lavish lifestyles at the top. Now, that entire cabal is darkness and evil. In fact, the only real party I can see that is spoken truth so far is the ACDP, the African Christian Democratic Party. You know? And that's not, I don't support them, I'm not a member, but I watched their leader, what's his name? I think it's Mashaba, right? His Action SA. I don't know if there's two Mashabas. Whatever, I don't know. Okay, but I watched the guy. That just shows you how much I know about the ACDP. But I watched this guy go onto the parliamentary platform and speak truth. And what I saw was evil, hundreds of them in parliament, trying to shut down his speech. Now, this is why we're losing. And we are losing. You only have to look around you to know that we are losing. We are losing, all right? And the reason we are losing is because of this. First of all, the power of inaction. The core message of the cliche that I read to you is that evil is not just powered by bad actors, but by the complacency of others. In other words, the reason they are winning is because they are working harder than us. That's why they're winning. We're doing nothing. We are sitting, wherever we're sitting, expecting someone else to come and rescue us from the mess that we're in, without being involved ourselves, because being involved ourselves might come at some kind of personal or financial cost to us. And therefore, because it might affect us negatively in the courts, it might affect us negatively in business, it might affect us negatively wherever, in our circle of friends, where we go and socialize, whatever the case may be, we keep stoop. We say nothing. We find people that have the same views of us, and then we skin over them about what we're seeing. But when we get called to support movements that are in direct opposition to the establishment, we back off. We separate. We do nothing. Zero. And while doing zero, we still expect results from the 2, 3, 4, 5 guys around this country, like them or don't like them. There's guys in this country that are speaking out. Gareth Cliff, Rob Hersov, Ronaldo Gous, Sham, Mr. Sham, I call him Sham, Bonzar Shongwa, and others. Willem Petza, Kuchle, the Summer Sambit, the lady, a concerned citizen. These people are speaking out. They're taking risks. Akumalu. They're taking big risks to speak out, because the minute you start speaking out, you become a target. But them, like me, have made a decision. We are not going to cower in fear in favor of doing nothing. So all we really have is our voice. Now, why am I not seeing more of you on X and on TikTok and on Facebook speaking your truth? You don't have to be a phenomenal orator to say your piece. Go to TikTok. Have you seen some of the people on TikTok? My goodness gracious me. But they're on there, and like them or don't like them or whatever the case may be, there's people there that are actually doing something and saying something. But the voice of evil is screaming louder than us, because we want to be civilized, and we want to be politically correct, and we want to be liberal, and we want to be all these things. And in the meantime, we're being trampled over by evil. Look at this Fikile Mbulula that goes up there and says the things he says. Check this Julius Malema taking on Mkhwanazi, calling him a coward. How are we allowing this? Why are we not backing the people that are at this point standing for what is right? But we're quiet. We say nothing. We do nothing. We don't join movements that have got the power to raise our voices. Moral responsibility. It is a call to action, emphasizing that opposing injustice is a moral duty, not just an option. And I want you to hear that. Look at these kids in Iran that went to the gallows for speaking out. If you truly want to know what a martyr is, they were martyrs. Not some oak wearing a suicide vest, blowing up innocent people. That's not a martyr. That's a fool. A brainwashed fool. But young kids standing up against the tyrannical regime in Iran in the last 8 weeks, 32,000 people gave up their lives so that the rest of Iran can be free. What are we doing? Naught. Significance. It serves as a warning against apathy, suggesting that neutrality in the face of injustice is, in effect, taking the side of those that oppress us. For those of you that are hoping to avoid war, I've got bad news for you. The human race has been at war since it got here. War is never going away. Now you've got to decide which side of the war are you going to stand on. Because if you don't stand on the side of good, the Bible tells us there's only two sides. There's good and there's evil. In Revelation, I think it's chapter 12, Jesus says that if you are lukewarm, he will vomit you out of his mouth. In other words, if you are sitting on the fence, you are automatically then counted on the side of darkness and evil, because you are not having an impact on the side of good. Now I would encourage you, South Africa, to go and have individually a long, hard look in your mirror and ask yourself, one, what can I do? And do whatever it is you can do. Two, how can I do it? And then start doing it. And three, start supporting people who are absolutely 100% risking their lives so that you can possibly at some point in the future have a life. We are people that are called to this. From the beginning, from my time in the police to what I do now, I can't help myself. I do it out of a compulsion. I promised myself this weekend that I would not do any more videos and I was going to step out. Here I sit, doing what I promised myself I wouldn't do. Because in reality, it carries risks, scrutiny, slander, financial ruin. But here I am, doing it. And I'm just an average man like you. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a top-level politician. I'm not a media personality. Nothing. Just a guy caught up in this curse of addiction, trying to solve that problem, which is another thing. Everyone sits around and wants to talk about the Nigerians and the drugs, and it's so bad, and it's this, and the addicts, and blah, blah, blah. What are you doing to help us? What are you doing to help us? Nothing, but zero. And it's getting exceptionally tiring to be in a battle, fighting tooth and nail, and looking over my shoulder to see who's behind me, to find two oaks, and we're facing Xerxes and the flippin' armor of the Persians preparing to overrun us. Come on, South Africa. You need to start putting your hand in your pocket and funding the people that are really trying to help you so that they can truly help you, whoever they may be. All right. War has costs. Doing the right thing has costs. You're not going to be able to sit on the fence and let other people fight your battle while you count your pennies. It doesn't work like that. You need to get involved at some level. And if finance isn't your thing, or whatever isn't your thing, you have to find the thing where you can get involved. You have skills, you have talents. Start using them to fight for the forces of good. Or I promise you, evil will overcome us. Lekker. I hope that message inspires somebody and gets you off your dusty rusty to do something. Do something, for goodness sake. Thank you, guys. God bless. I'll chat to you maybe later, maybe tomorrow. Cheers.